Hey guys, I wanted to do just a quick update or a video on my game pickups for the month of February. I'm going to try and do one of these on a monthly basis, especially if it's a month where I actually have a decent haul to show. So I just wanted to kind of go over what I've got here and what I came across for the month of February. So I've actually hit more luck with flea markets and online shopping than anything else. Just to be perfectly honest, thrift stores do not seem to yield much of anything. I mean, I just never have any luck there. Some people do. I don't usually. So I just want to go over what I picked up for the month. So this all occurred in the month of February. I've already started in March, and so we'll do one hopefully at the beginning of next month for the March pickups. First thing I wanted to talk about was some Game Boys. I picked up 2 Game Boy Colors. I got the purple one with a few games, and I think it was about $25 for the Game Boy and the games. So that was not a bad deal. I think it was about 5 games along with the purple Game Boy Color, and it works perfectly. It's in decent condition. It's got a little rough scratching on the screen, but otherwise that was a good pickup. And then this teal one came, and this actually came with the Super Mario Brothers Deluxe game. And this was just a friend who gave it to me. I was asking him if he had any old games, and he said, "Oh yeah, sure," and he just handed it to me and didn't want any money for it. So it just goes to show you, if you have anybody who may have some games, it doesn't hurt to ask them if there's something that you could buy off of them, because you may pick up something decent for that. So as far as my Game Boy games, I picked up a decent bit of color games. It looks like there's about 7 games here. So I got Super Mario Brothers Deluxe that has both the original Super Mario Brothers as well as lost levels that you can unlock. I picked up this Getting Air game, Nickelodeon Getting Air game. Going Quackers, I think I got that for under $5. Sean Palmer Snowboarding. Mickey's Speedway USA. This was 50 cents, I believe. And then I've got Scooby-Doo Classic Creeper Capers. And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So all of those are my Game Boy Color games. They all work. They're all in pretty good condition. The labels are in decent condition. Next up, I've got my regular Game Boy and Game Boy, some Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. I've got NASCAR for the Game Boy. This was also 50 cents. I've got Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. I actually got this, I think it was for about $7, which is pretty good price for that, but I really wanted it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Never played it myself. Donkey Kong Land. This was one of the 5 games that came with the purple Game Boy Color. Super Breakout Game Boy Color game also came with purple Game Boy Color. And then I got a Barbie Game Girl game that came with the Game Boy Color as well. A few Game Boy games in cases. I got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I've got The Amazing Spider-Man. I got Pac-Man, and then also got Star Wars for the Game Boy. So those were my Game Boy pickups. Pretty decent haul. Didn't really spend a whole lot on these. Got some good deals, especially at flea markets. So, especially Game Boy games, you can usually find for a pretty good deal out there. So you want to keep your eye open for Game Boy games. Next, I picked up an N64 with a few games. I actually got a Nintendo 64 and 5 games for $100. And the games were Mario Kart 64, which is about $50 or so just by itself. WWF No Mercy, Mortal Kombat 4, GoldenEye 007, and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. So a few decent games in there. Mario Kart was one I was specifically happy to pick up because I did not have that one, and that's a pricey game. So I got that and a full N64 with controller and hookups for $100. And what I did was I actually went ahead and sold the N64 because I've already got a few of them. And so I made back about $50 on that. So I really ended up getting 5 games for $50, including Mario Kart 64. So look for bundles on Craigslist and apps like Letgo for your smartphone. bundles are usually where you're going to pick up. And even if you already have a few of the games, or maybe you already have the system, you can always turn around and sell those and either use those for trade credit, or just pick up some extra bucks and pay back some of the money that you originally put out. All right, for Super Nintendo, I didn't really score a lot of great deals here, but I got 2 games that were really good. First game I picked up was Ren and Stimpy. I think I got this for $1 at a yard sale. I picked this up with a couple Game Boy games, so not bad. I think it goes for maybe in between $5 and $10 normally. Next one was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I did not have a decent copy of this, so I ended up picking this up. I got this on Amazon. I didn't really get a great deal, but it was just a game that I'd played before that I really liked, so I wanted a copy of it. So I went ahead and picked that up. I think I got that for about $32 or so, which is okay. It's not a great deal. And then Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This was another game that I've been searching for that I really liked a long time ago and I wanted a copy of. So I also picked this up. I think I got this for about in between $20 and $30 on eBay. So it was decent for the condition that it was in, but you're not going to find some of these games at really great deals usually. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money to get some of these better games. All right, let's see here. A couple more games that I picked up is now actually these all came from GameStop. They had a deal where you bought 2 get 1 free. So I was actually able to pick up 3 games for the price of 2, and this worked out really well. I've only got 2 of the games here. I'm still waiting for the 3rd one to be shipped, but I got Kirby's Adventure, I got Donkey Kong Classics, and I got Battletoads, and I got all 3 of them for I think about $40, which is pretty good because just 2 of these games by themselves is $40. So I think total I probably I'm probably looking at maybe about $70 worth of games for only $40. So whenever you see GameStop do their buy 2 get 1 free deal, it's definitely worth getting some of the more pricey games when they do those deals, because usually you can pick up a free game for nothing. All right, my next set of games that I picked up this month was going to be a few AAA title GameCube games. So I actually got Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is a really pricey game. I got this, and I also picked up The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. I got both of these 2 games for $50. And so just Melee by itself is $50. But I had somebody on Craigslist who was selling a GameCube and a few games. And I just asked them, hey, what would you take for just a couple of the games? And they were willing to come down with it. So I ended up picking 2 AAA title games up for about $50. The other GameCube games that I picked up was, one was Resident Evil. For the GameCube, this was basically an updated version of the PlayStation game for the GameCube. I love the PlayStation version, so I wanted to get a copy of this. I also have it for the Xbox One as a digital download. So, but it was a no-brainer. I think I got this for less than $10 on, I think it was Amazon. So, a really good deal picking up Resident Evil. It's a great game. And then the last one I picked up was Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. I didn't get a great deal on this, but I did want to pick up this game because these are becoming harder to find, and they're becoming more expensive by the day, it seems. So I really wanted to get a copy of this before the price went up too much. So sometimes when you're collecting, it just pays to go ahead and bite the bullet and pay the asking price for a game if you see or if you know that the price for it is going to continue to go up. So that was Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Another thing about this game is it's really difficult to find these in really good condition. I don't know if you can see the condition of the discs especially. A lot of the ones you're going to see on eBay, the discs are all flaked and kind of chipped, whereas these ones are in near mint condition. So I got this for the going, probably your average rate for this game, which is probably about $45. But for a copy this good, for a copy that's in this good of condition, $45 is an excellent price, because normally the really good ones, they tend to go much higher. All right, my other pickups, I got a few PlayStation games here. I've got Cool Borders 3. I picked this up at actually got this at a Goodwill for 50 cents. So Cool Borders 3 is just a pretty common game. I picked up Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I typically don't like to buy games without their cases, but this one was 50 cents, and I really like the original Mortal Kombat game, so I figured just to play it, even if I'm going to eventually replace it with one that has a case, or I can just try and see if I can try and find the case and the booklet with it. Just to play it, I thought 50 cents was worth it. So Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I picked up a copy of Gran Turismo 2. I already have a copy of this game, but for 50 cents, I figured it was worth picking up. I can use it for trade or something like that maybe later, but 50 cents for this game is a good deal, so I figured I'd pick up a copy of it at that price. And then Resident Evil Director's Cut. As I said earlier, I got the Resident Evil for GameCube. This is the exact copy, well, not the copy, but a duplicate or similar of copy to the one I had when I was a kid. So when I had a PlayStation, this was, I think, one of the first games that I bought with my own money. I saved up my change and eventually picked up a copy of Resident Evil Director's Cut, without my parents knowing. And so I wanted to go and get that exact copy of the game. So I went and I found the greatest hits, Resident Evil Director's Cut. I got this for less than $10, which is pretty good. It's in really good condition. The booklet's in good condition. The disc doesn't have any scratches on it. So I thought that was a pretty good pickup, especially for a game that I was hunting for from my childhood. Last game, I actually picked up a newer game. This is Batman the Telltale series. I picked this up for less than $10. I think it was about $7 and maybe 50 cents or so. Which was a good deal for it. I got this at a store called Dirt Cheap. I don't know if you guys have Dirt Cheaps in your area, but Dirt Cheaps are good stores to find more recent type of games, like Wii U, PlayStation games, Xbox 360 and Xbox One games, and usually they discount them pretty heavily. They're usually, games that were not sold at like a Target or something like that were returned, and so they sell them. So I got a copy of this. It was open, but it was in great condition. So Batman Telltale series, less than $10. I thought that was a great pickup, so I went ahead and purchased it. So those are my game pickups for the month of February. Like I said, my collection continues to grow, and I really did not spend a whole lot of money to get all this stuff. By the time, I spent the money, and by the time I was able to resell some of the stuff that I purchased, I really didn't put that much out for it. So I was able to get a decent haul in the month of February for not much money. But I guess my tips for the month of February were I stuck mostly to a few different flea markets. You don't want to search for people who have their games in cases or who have their games individually priced. They're usually going to be the resellers, are going to be higher. I tend to go for the people who are selling mostly just, some of their old junk, and I just look and see if they have any games. Those are usually where you're going to find your biggest scores. Thrift stores, I almost just stay away from them anymore because I don't really find much in them. You may be able to find a PlayStation game, here or there, but generally speaking, you don't really find too much with them. And then online, I'm always looking at Craigslist. I'm always scouring Craigslist for good listings because you're always going to find good stuff there. And then, I usually look on eBay and Amazon as well to price match, and if I see something good, I'll pick that up. So those are my game pickups for the month of February. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. But thanks for watching.